Hey y'all, welcome back to Love Light 369. Today we're going to get into something really fun. We're going to wonder if we are awakening. What is some steps to know if we're actually awakening right now? And what does that mean? So I made a little list for us. Everybody, please like, share, and subscribe. And everyone's welcome here. So I made us a little list and we'll go over it together. So the first one is sleep. Has your sleep changed? Are you waking up in the middle of the night, 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock? I know people used to call that the witching hour. Well, it's actually a very intense time for your soul because your soul never sleeps. Your soul goes off planet. I know that sounds weird, but your soul does. It goes off planet when you're sleeping, and it's got work to do all over the place. So if you wake up tired, and that's why, because you're busy somewhere else. The soul never sleeps. Our avatars, our bodies are the only thing that require rest, like sleeping. They have to go on their charger in the bed, and then you wake up and you do it again. But the soul never sleeps and it never dies. So if your sleep is really messed up right now because your body is aligning and your DNA is aligning to the actual timeline that the earth is on, not the made up linear timeline that we all live by and calendar at this present time. See, your body's adjusting to its normal rhythm that has been sort of cut off and you couldn't access it. It's now. And I know it messes up work schedules and I'm taking the kids to school or whatever, but to honor these messages will start coming out at 3 or 5 o'clock in the morning, between 3 and 5. Have some paper by the bedside because you're going to get amazing downloads. And where do these downloads come from? They come from your higher self. They're in your Akashic record. They're in your memory, in your cells. And they've been sort of stored on the ley lines. And as you awaken, you can access them. So when you wake up, you could have genius ideas, creative ideas, visions, anything at this point. It's so exciting. Always have that paper and pen by the bed. Give yourself a minute when you wake up to think and just sit there in quiet. Why am I awake? And normally a message will come through. So that way you'll know you're awakening because your divine, your not education, but your divine inheritance, your divine wisdom, and your divine gifts are coming through. So when you're awake during the day, they also can start incorporating with the ego, the avatar personality that we are. So number 2, dreams. And I know I put this on my TikTok. My TikTok is LoveLight02. Dreams stop completely for those enlightened. And it was surprising at first. I was a bit concerned. But for dreams, when you're first awakening, they become like storylines, putting things together. They become real. And during your daytime, the dream might come back and you'll put it together with something you experienced or something that happened, or make a link between your past and now your present and things that you need to change. See, inside these dreams, when you're awakening, it's like you've accessed your old self and those mental hiccups in our dreams. But the dreams that you're having now aren't those. They're different, aren't they? They're different because they are giving you guidance. You're now accessing ancient wisdom, ancient DNA, genius level stuff, who you've been before in past lives. And believe it, y'all, they're real. It's real. All of it is guided to pull a card of action. Let's see what it is. Donate blankets to a homeless charity. There's our first action card for today, y'all. Donate blankets to a homeless shelter or animal shelter because they need them too. So your dreams are becoming a reality as you live through these days of awakening. What you see in these dreams, you could have been a high-ranking warrior in Egypt. They're real. And at first you're like, huh, what is that? They're real, y'all. You can trust it. It's your higher self reaching out to you, your divine self, your divine codes, all of it coming back to you. So the third one, new perspectives. There's like, wow, I never looked at it this way. That's how you know you're awakening, because your perspective broadens. You no longer want to just say, okay, I just believe that because mom did, or dad did, or grandma did. You start developing new perspectives. You're going in with a magnifying glass going, what's actually happening here? And I'm going to take a look at all angles of it. I'm just not going to accept it and eat it as fact. I'm going to investigate it. So you are developing new perspectives if you're awakening. And oh yeah, a lot of people around you might not be supportive of your new perspective because it can expose things that they may have done. Yeah, so the new perspective is waking you up to not everyone around you can trust. And it's not a bad thing, it's a divine thing. It's protecting you so you can move forward without the toxic baggage. That's why you're getting new perspectives. Because so-and-so believed this and that, and your family did since 1800s, doesn't mean you have to. You're developing your perspective and what your truth is and what you want to believe in. And it's empowering. Keep going. Okay, the last one we're going to go over today, because this is a lot, y'all. If you're awakening, you know this is a lot of stuff going on. Number 4. Change in your tolerance. What you used to tolerate before, now you see as cruel. What you used to just brush off and forgive or let go, you're no longer doing that. You're wanting to speak out, stand up for yourself and develop a new power, a new strength within you. And your change in tolerance for BS around you, it's gone. Like you don't want to tolerate it. You can see through it. When you're awakening, you can feel these people's intentions. Your tolerance for cruelty and unkindness and theft and greed and hate is just gone. You don't tolerate it anymore. And that is by design. We're evolving into a higher conscious being of love and compassion and light and fairness and abundance. And if you have just tolerance for anything and people can treat you like a doormat and they just keep stomping on you, and you can't stand up for yourself and have a healthy boundary, stop, I'm done with that. Please don't do that anymore. And then you stand in that. You literally will walk away or whatever you say. If you do, this is your warning, you do this once more, I'm not going to tolerate, I'm going to have to walk away, create some space and distance between you and these toxic people and careers and jobs and family or whatever it is for you, friends. Your tolerance, you're like, yeah, I'd rather be alone than deal with this crap. I want to love myself, but I can't love myself if all you do is tear me down. So your tolerance for what you will and will not tolerate is really changing. Because you're a warrior, and that's what you're finding out in that Akashic record. You're a warrior. And that warrior energy is coming out. And you're standing on firm. You're standing on truth. You're standing on compassion and justice. You want justice. And you're not settling for not justice anymore because you know your worth. You know your worth. When you're awakening, you know your worth. And you see everything around you as clear as day. And if it's not as clear as day, it soon will be. You're fine-tuning a little, fine-tuning it. So I hope you enjoyed, and let's recap today's message on Love Light 369. What the heck is going on, and what is awakening? Awakening is, number 1, sleep disturbances. And timeline changes right there. Dreams, your dreams are changing, and it's giving you super data. It's like downloads. We need this for them now. The next one is new perspectives. Your higher self is guiding you to investigate it all and have new perspectives and try them out. Test drive them. And the last one is change in your tolerance. You see the hate, and the anger and the injustice in our world, all around, everybody. No one's excluded. Everyone's included. Every continent. And you've had enough. And you're ready for change. And you're ready to join Team Awakening and get this planet shipped back into tip-top shape. You all have a wonderful day. Thanks for coming. Please like, share, and subscribe. God bless. Peace.